So I've just created and released my first mobile game. It's a game about merging food together and merging bowls to create the perfect food combo for your dog. You have 5 minutes to merge the food together and the bowls together to create whatever your dog is currently thinking about. The faster you do it, the more coins and XP you get at the end. You can currently only play the game on the web, but I plan to release it to the Google Play Store very soon. If you want to play the game right now, the link will be in the description. It will take you to my itch.io page. It only works using a mobile device, so on any mobile device that is, so Apple and Android. So in this video I want to break down all the key features that I've added to the game and the development process so far. So the game started off as just a basic grid merging game, so you can merge cubes together to create a different coloured cube. And then I had the idea of merging food items together to create cooked food items. I started with an egg and a chicken. The eggs would then merge into a chicken, and then the chicken would then merge into a cooked chicken. From this initial idea, other food items stemmed, so I had a pig now, and then we had cows, and then we had fish as well. All items that you can feed a dog. I'm no dog food expert, but I thought, you know what, dogs could eat all these, so yeah, why not add them. Talking about the dog was heavily inspired by my own dog, Wilson. Here's a picture of him now and a video of him. I thought, you know what, the whole game is going to be about him and feeding him, so because he constantly wants food all the time, so I thought, you know what, why not make a game about it. So yeah, for the animations for the game, I started off animating the chicken. This was sort of my foundation for all the other items then. So the chicken, as you pick them up, they sort of flap their wings and panic when you're picking them up off the grid. The same with the pig, and then same with the cow and the fish as well. So yeah, there's no sort of animation on the bowls or anything like that. There is a slight bit of animation on the food items. Realistically, they're not alive, so I thought, you know what, just add a bit of squish to them and make them feel a bit better. And then for the dog himself, we have some animation on his mouth when he eats, general like squish and squeeze on his head and his ears. I animated his mouth in Procreate using like frame by frame animation, and then the rest was animated in Unity. I have some time lapses of the dog being created. A lot of reference images were used. I've never drew a dog before, so it was quite difficult, but yeah, we stuck with this model in the end. And for the main menu and the UI, I created all the buttons myself as well, and the background image. We have adaptable UI, so different screen sizes, the UI will adapt to it and change accordingly. We have a basic swipe mechanic in the main menu, so you can swipe across the different scenes. So we have a settings menu and where the garden will be eventually, one of the future changes that I want to make. So yeah, moving back to the game again with the game grid itself. So it went through a bit of a design change throughout the process, so I changed how it works completely. So before it was you can place items anywhere, but then I decided to split the grid in half and sort of have the bowls at the top and the food at the bottom. This sort of makes it easier for the player to understand what goes where and not get overwhelmed with all the items on the grid. So I wanted to add some juice to the game because it felt a little bit dry. There was no pop to the merge. There was no nothing really. It was just you merge it and it just merges, That's why I added some particle effects in and some vibrations. So yeah, the particle effects, we have one for placing down, and we have one for merging, and we have one for placing in a bowl, and we have the final one, which is when the dog eats, food just comes out of his mouth. So yeah, we have lots of particle effects going on now. Game feels a lot better, especially with the vibrations as well. You get that haptic feedback. There is a package called Candy Coded. If you Google anything about vibrations with Unity, he will surely come up, and it allows you to use a light vibration, a medium vibration, and a heavy one. So again, we used a light one for placing down, a medium one for merging, and a heavy one for feeding the dog. The natural progression from here now is for sounds. We want some sound feedback. The game can look good, but if it doesn't sound good, then it's sort of, you're missing a whole element to the game. Sounds, again, were quite tricky to get hold of. I had to use free websites, freesounds.org. But again, you would just search the sound up that you want, and you can sort of try and make it work into your own project. So yeah, now we have a sound for placing the object down, and we have one for merging, and we have like background music from, I actually used the YouTube Studio for this. There's some tunes on there, to be honest. It's quite good, to be honest. And yeah, we have some food eating sounds from the dog as well. So yeah, the game now sounds good as well. So yeah, now onto the more technical side of things. I'll brush over these quite quickly. We have data saving, so we have offline player saving. I used the tutorial from Brackeys on basic file saving. This sort of works for any device really. Any device is sort of universal, and it saves the files to the device, which you can then retrieve and save data to. And we also have cloud save as well. I'm using Unity's cloud save, so you can see all the data here of each player. We have a authentication as well, so the player anonymously signs in, and that is the key they have to store their data. I have a button within my game that you can swap the offline data with cloud save data. So if your data gets lost, you can then replace it with the cloud save. I've also added adverts into the game as well, only rewarded adverts, because I know ads can be quite annoying if they just get popped up in your face and they just, ruin the whole gameplay experience. So I give the player an option to watch an ad if they would like, to continue playing for another minute or a minute and a half. I can't remember how much I rewarded. So yeah, and then finally we had to obviously build the project. Building for Android, I would definitely prepare in advance for it, because you can have lots of SDKs being out of date, or can't find this file, can't find that. I would definitely prepare for it in advance. So after building, we obviously have to publish to the phone. So actually, before I'll show what the game looks like on the phone as well. I know I've probably shown a clip of it. Yeah, once you build it to the phone, it will now have an app icon on the actual phone itself. There are different builds. There's development build that you can sort of push and pull to whenever you want, so you can just make changes to it, or an actual release build that would run slightly better, but you have to delete the app if you want to try and push another build to the phone. So yeah, getting ready to release the game, you have to build the app bundle for the Google Play console. So this is where you can upload apps to the Google Play Store. There's a bunch of legal stuff that you have to go through publishing an app, so it took me quite a while to go through all of this. I'm currently in the tester phase as well, so now I've got to create a closed test with 12 people up to 14 days, I think it is. So yeah, there's a lot of things you sort of have to meet in order to get an app out on the store. So yeah, finally, the future plans for this game. I want to add like a garden area for the game, so you can go and play with your dog in the garden and purchase toys with the coins you collect from treat time on different toys that will increase his happiness levels. Have the dog, if you leave him for too long, he'll poo in the garden, you have to come back and pick it all up. Maybe even multiplayer in the future, and maybe a reputation badge for if you leave the dog too long, you lower your reputation. So it gives the player an incentive to come back. So yeah, hopefully I've covered everything there. It's been an awesome time creating this game, and I'm definitely going to work on it in the future. And if you don't want to miss the Google Play Store release, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be making updates as the game comes out. And yeah, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you want, have a Discord that you can join if you want to come socialize and talk more about the game and be updated on the game a little bit sooner. So yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.